Thursday, 23rd of February 2016. This is Sylvia Shivamurthy and you're listening to the newspaper reviews on www.athavaneng.com. Let's now look at the paper highlights from today's newspapers. The top highlight in Daily Mirror says, Kachativu won't be given back to India, says Vijayakala. There is no way that Sri Lanka will ever return the Kachativu island to India, Deputy Minister Vijayakala Maheshwaran said yesterday. Kachativu is part of Sri Lanka according to an agreement signed with India, and as such it is impossible to return it to India. The Indian Express quoted the Deputy Minister as having told journalists at Kachativu. Another highlight says, Port City Project. Government proposes amendments. The government has more or less given the green light for the Colombo Port City project, with the original agreement amended by reducing the extent of land to be reclaimed from the sea and without any part of this area granted to China on a freehold basis, a minister said yesterday. There's another highlight which says, Gangaramya Prelate advises PM and MR. Punapitiya Gangaramya Temple's chief incumbent Venerable Galabada Gnaneshwara Thera yesterday called for the end of confrontational politics in Sri Lanka and gave a piece of advice to both Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe and former President Mahinda Rajapaksa to work towards the betterment of the country. The highlight at the middle says, Grant amnesty to detainees, says TULF. A Tamil political party yesterday urged President Maithripala Sirisena to grant a general amnesty to those detained under the Prevention of Terrorism Act in line with a similar amnesty granted to political prisoners under the provisions of the 1987 Indo-Lanka Accord. And the highlight at the bottom says, Hambantota project to be made economically viable. The International Conference Hall in Hambantota will in future be hired out to locals at a nominal fee for concerts, it has been revealed. This is to be carried out on a suggestion made by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, who visited the hall during his recent inspection tour to Hambantota. Let's now look at the paper highlights in Daily News. The top highlight says, AG files indictment against Johnston. The Attorney General has filed indictments against former Cooperatives and International Trade Minister Johnson Fernando and two others in Kurunegala High Court over an alleged financial misappropriation amounting to 5.2 million at Lux Sathosa during the previous Northwestern Provincial Council election. Fernando, along with Lux Sathosa former chairman K.M.R. Fernando and former minister's private secretary Raj Mohuddin Mohammad Sakir, were also indicted in the High Court for aiding and abetting to commit this offence. The three accused had been charged under the Public Property Act. And the highlight at the middle says, Basis FR today in SC. The fundamental rights application filed by former Economic Development Minister Basil Rajapaksa requesting that an interim order be issued against any move to arrest him by the FCID over 5 magisterial inquiries will be taken up for support before Supreme Court today. There's another highlight which says, Man nabbed with over 60 kilograms of Kerala ganja. A man with over 60 kilograms of Kerala ganja was taken into custody during a raid in Balvetithurai yesterday. Police said the raid was conducted following a tip-off. The suspect, aged 27, a resident of Point Pedro, is to be produced before the Point Pedro magistrate. And the highlight at the bottom says, CTU calls for probe into deal. The Ceylon Teachers Union called for a probe into an agreement signed to provide internet services for government schools. And now let's move to the paper highlights in Ceylon today. The main highlight says, Probe on Lasanta's killing. DIGs removed incriminating pages in CIB. Another highlight says, ETCA in the balance. The much-hyped Economic and Technical Cooperation Agreement that the government of Sri Lanka and India were to sign by June 2016 is unlikely to go through if there was mounting opposition towards it, State Minister for International Trade Sujiva Senasinghe said yesterday. All this is still at discussion and study stage. We will not proceed with it if there was mounting opposition towards it and if it was inimical to the interests of Sri Lanka, he told Ceylon today. Another highlight says, Central Province CM Ekanayaka before FCID. Central Province Chief Minister Sarath Ekanayaka was summoned to the Financial Crimes Division investigation yesterday, the police said. He was summoned to the FCID to record a statement regarding monetary irregularities within the Department of Cooperative Development in 2011. And the highlight at the bottom says, 35 million rupees worth heroin. The police narcotic bureau has taken into custody a Bangladeshi national who had hidden 3.5 kilograms of heroin worth 35 million rupees in local currency hidden in the false bottom of a travel bag. This Bangladeshi national had arrived in the island from Dhaka Sunday evening, and a senior police officer engaged in carrying out investigations said that he had been taken into custody at the Katanaika airport. And that's all for today's newspaper highlights, and we'll get back to you with more news tomorrow. Thank you.